Hi guys, it's Karen Reader with Recap. I have a new book recommendation for you today. Whether you like youth fiction or if you are looking for book recommendations for the kids in your life, this book is Land of Stories and it's by Chris Colfer. A lot of people will know him from Glee, and so he has written all 6 books in the series now, and he's also written a prequel, started a series of a prequel because these have been so popular. So I want to tell you why I recommend them. I've enjoyed them myself. They haven't been my very favorite youth fiction I've ever read, but I've quite enjoyed them. But my 11-year-old, he has really gotten into them. Like he's read them and he's gone back to reread them and to reference them, and he has really gotten into enjoying them. And so I highly recommend them for that reason. That kids are just loving these and eating these up, and I think a lot of adults are really loving them too. The main characters are twins, Alex and Connor Bailey, and they have this grandma, and she hasn't been around much, but she comes to see them because they're having a rough time. Their dad died some time ago, and their mom is really having a hard time spending time with them, and so grandma stops by to see them. She lives a ways away and isn't able to see them all the time, and while she's there, she leaves them this beloved storybook, this land of stories with all their favorite fairy tales that they loved reading with their grandma and with their dad. And so they discover the magic of this storybook, and you can see them falling in. They fall into the storybook. And it's just a really fun story because it has all of these characters that you know, Snow White and Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella. It kind of reminds me of the TV show Once, if you've seen that, that it uses a lot of the storyline that you're familiar with, and then it also takes a twist and has some of their unique characteristics of Chris's own design. And then has new characters that are really fun to get to know, and they like this character Froggy, who he loves to read, and Alex had been dropping books when she figured out that the Land of Stories before she fell in, that she could drop things into it. He loves to read the books from her world. And so that's one thing, is that it takes these different books as well besides the traditional fairy tales, and you get to explore other types of literature throughout the series. But this first one is called The Wishing Spell, and it is all about them trying to get home. They've got to get these items, these special items of like Snow Whites and Sleeping Beauties and Red Riding Hoods and Cinderellas, and accumulate these items together. They have to be all together so that they can make this wish. But somebody else is trying to get these items before them because they want to make the wish too. And so it's a competition to see who can get it, and good versus evil, and lots of magic, and lots of fun and adventure. And these characters, I think this is one of the reasons that my 11-year-old loves it. He started reading it, he was 10, probably 9 or 10. And it's great for probably an advanced third grader, or up through middle school. And like I said, even high school and adults would enjoy this as well. And so lots of fun, lots of adventure, and I think just really the characters really appeal. And because they're quirky, or they're serious, there's just a lot of extreme and a lot of fun characters that you can connect on a lot of different levels. So there's Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell, The Enchantress Returns, A Grim Warning, and so this is fun because if you've never read the original Grimm fairy tales, then this would be fun, a great time to explore that and find these other things. There's this character, Mother Goose. Yeah, she's a bit of a riot. Then Beyond the Kingdoms, that's where I was talking about that it continues to introduce more stories. And An Author's Odyssey. And the final one in the series is Worlds Collide. And I was listening to an interview with Chris, and he just talks about that he felt that this was the perfect way to wrap it all up. And it really comes together really great, and a really fun adventure where, of course, you can see that here they are in their world, and so these worlds collide, and really brings it all together in a great way. And then the prequel for Land of Stories is this Tale of Magic, and then a Tale of Witchcraft. And I look forward to seeing what else he comes out with. I'll need to do a separate video to talk about these. And my son has thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's been fun because one day I came home and my 10-year-old at the time is sitting on the office floor at our house reading from the complete works of William Shakespeare, because it talks about shaky fruit, is what one of the characters calls him, because, like I said, Alex was dropping the books into the storybook. And so there's all these just awesome tie-ins that maybe get kids interested in other things and other literature, because my son was really wanting to find out some of the stories, like the story of the Snow Queen. He wasn't familiar with that one, so he wanted to learn about that. And so it's one that I highly recommend. And I also highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, give me the thumbs up and like it for me. And I look forward to sharing more videos with you in the future.